Over the several decades I've been alive, we have seen incredible sci-fi shows and movies come and go, and every year it seems like we always strive to be better. Whether we start off with things like Buck Rogers, which is still a great show in my personal opinion, or the epic Battlestar Galactica TV series, or Star Trek, all of them pretty much, especially The Next Generation. Even TV series that became an excellent movie in my personal opinion, like Lost in Space, where we have Joey Tribbiani as a pilot of a spaceship. To even people from other countries like England, of all places, having a good show like Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf was phenomenal and hilarious. So every year it seems like we try to strive to get better and better at this genre until now. So it seems like we've decided no longer to try and just kind of put out crap. But the good thing is, when the crap is put out, nobody buys it, nobody wants it. That means that the toys, which are actually pretty well made, go on clearance. So I actually picked up one of these when I picked up a bunch of stuff. It was in my basket. And at one time I wanted to pick it up for like $5. Then it jacked back up again. I was like, nope, not paying that for it. Then I went back to $5.50, about that price. And I decided to go ahead and get Zap Commander. Not because I know anything about this character. I know nothing. I don't know if it's a robot. I don't know if it's a human under there. I don't know if it's an alien. I don't know what it is. All I know is it looks like a spider robot. And that in my universe is what he's going to be. He's going to be a superhero. He's not going to have that lance. And I'll show you why in a minute. There's also other pieces of crap, or I'm sorry, action figures that you can get from this line. Now, again, the action figures for the most part are good, especially any time I find any of these. I'm just going to grab them because I can always pop and swap their heads off and put people's heads on there that are more interesting, more alien-like. And I think that would be a lot more fun and create the Buzz Lightyear Space Academy, or like I usually pretend like the one series of mine is called, or the, his group of people that he works with. They're all from different planets instead of just the humans we see here, which is kind of sad. I don't know much about this movie at all, but it appears that there's no aliens, just humans. Ugh. All right, no offense to you humans. Let's take a look at this new action figure in my collection. I brought with him the Buzz Lightyear that I got that glows in the dark, that was also on clearance at a place called Target, or Target. They don't sell any kind of archery equipment, but it was on clearance for like $4, and it glows in the dark, and it's Buzz Lightyear, so of course I'm going to grab it. Even though it's not the Buzz Lightyear I grew up with, which of course is this guy right here. No, that's not him either. Oh, well, there's a big one in my room that I just didn't want to get down because he's too tied up at the moment, let me put it that way. He is actually hanging by shoestrings near my bed, and he's kind of like a mobile for adults, I guess. I just wanted to leave him right there. This is another Buzz Lightyear from not my childhood per se, but my earlier years that I personally respect and love. And he's got big old rollerblades. What can you not love about a guy with rollerblades? So this is the figure that I recently got, and he's a really nice looking figure. He's got a very nice chocolate color to him. I almost want to nibble on him. He's got a ball jointed head with 4 eyes, which makes me think spider, even though I know spiders have 8 eyes, but maybe he's got bifocals on. His arms are fully articulated, and they go up this far because the armor does restrict them, and the armor does not come off. It is glued on. The arms itself at the elbow swivels and goes almost 90 degrees. The hands swivel and don't appear to have any inside, outside, up and down action. There is a waist articulation. The legs, surprisingly, can go to a full split. You think the belt would actually hinder it, but it doesn't. Now, as far as sitting down, unfortunately, he can't fully sit down, and it may be due to the way the legs are created, or it may be due to the belt. It's hard to determine, but I'm trying to get him at a full 90 degrees sitting position. He can't. But then again, his knees won't go to a full 90 degrees, so I guess it evens out. His knees, they have that swivel that usually is up there for double jointed knees, and they don't go quite 90 degrees, and there's nothing in the ankles, which is fine by me. He does come with this, what does it call it? A laser spear, freaking laser spear. Does the laser spear actually go in his hand like it does in the picture? No. It's like a toothpick in his big, huge hand. How could they not see that? There's this little dot over here. Does it go into his wrist? No. There is a trigger on here, so maybe you're supposed to hold it like he's holding a gun, and that trigger is for activating the light or the energy. But then again, if you're carrying it like that, you're going to be tripping over the long staff. And then you might say, well, maybe you can carry it with two hands. Well, I guess you could. That's about the best way you're going to hold it. But number one, it doesn't even match him. Number two, he doesn't hold it properly or well enough. There is a hole in the back where you're supposed to store it, according to pictures I saw on Amazon. Okay. But if you're storing it like a real sword, it would be more like this, because you'd have to grab it and then pull it down for a weapon. There's also a hole in his side, which makes me think that he once upon a time had a gun, like the one that Buzz Lightyear is holding, which I'm pretty sure glows in the dark. Every morning my light comes on and it's a blue light to wake me up at, I'm not gonna tell you what time, but everything on him that's neon booger green, it lights up. It's almost like I have a black light. So Avian Sauvage, you would be proud. So here's a weapon that I think that was actually designed for him, but at the last minute maybe they said, oh, we don't want any more weapons because parents will scream about it. Maybe it was a different weapon. I know that he has, this is also Buzz Lightyear 12-inch. I got it for like $5 at Ross. He has a smaller gun. Maybe it was one of those. But, he does have a trigger finger, and you don't really need a trigger finger for the other thing. So his hand could go in this one. And it kind of matches him, but it's also very bright. So it's going to go back to Buzz. Although this honestly matches Buzz a lot better. Can Buzz hold it? No, he can't hold it either. He could do just like he can, do the two-handed hold. So this figure stands 5 inches tall. He's slightly bigger than Buzz. And that's great for my superhero universe, because in my superhero universe, everything is around 4.5 inches tall, like the original Superpowers and Secret Wars. And then in the 90s, we got, Superman, Man of Steel, and we got the Toy Biz figures. So that's what I consider my superhero scale. And of course, the kind of Power Ranger type of stuff, like VR Trooper guy back here, because we are VR. And of course, we got some space rocks here, courtesy of the beach, which things are falling off of. And we have a teeny tiny Buzz Lightyear. Now, I got this recently in a junk lot, and this is probably the best thing in that junk lot. After looking it up, I'm going, for some reason, this called to me, and I needed it so bad. I have found out that it is from 1985, and the name just escaped me, but I think it's Mighty Bendabots. And they came in like at least 4 different colors that I've seen pictures of while looking, investigating what it is, because I try to put everything on a database. And what really made me go, oh my gosh, it triggered my memory, is that he has these little weapons he holds in those hands. They're like little axes and little shields. And I immediately recognized the shield. I think I still have that shield around here somewhere. But I had one of these back, I can remember in 5th grade now. I just couldn't remember until now. And mine may have been a different color is why. But yeah, this I thought really went well with him because the color, not because of the size. He could be a short little, R2-D2 or, Zack 7 Zark 7. And then, and I was setting up for this, I was noticing that Secret Breaster Arthur has a similar color scheme. And of course, we just have UFO super things in the background. And then I thought, well, here could be the T-Rex if he was some kind of weird Buzz Lightyear. T-Rex in space. All right. So it kind of looks like Rex from Toy Story. And maybe this is the space version of him. So let me know if you pick this up. It's only $5.53 or something on Amazon. And the reason I got it was because, if you need to get something for free shipping, you need to have $35 worth of product. And so I always keep a little bit of stuff in my, you add it to your basket and then you remove it for now and you can add it back later. And when I saw, well, there we go, that's $5, it'll pop it over the top. And I grabbed it and threw it in my basket, and there we go. So again, I don't support or know anything about the cartoon. I was excited when it first came out, and then I've heard a lot of backlash about it. So if you're out there and you're like me, a believer, and you are upset that I got this, just recall that I think this is actually hurting Disney more than helping them. So that's a good plus. And it's not really anything to do with, it's just clearance stuff. They're not getting another penny out of it. Also, I think the Borg guy looks kind of cool with him. I was going to find some Star Trek figures and throw it in there, but I was like, nah, we got plenty. So I hope you guys have a surreal and super sci-fi Saturday. And let me know again if you've picked any of these figures at all up. And what do you do with him? Is he somebody from the movie in your universe? Or is he actually something totally different? Like in my universe, he's got those Gundam legs. He's got that, multiple eyeball head. So again, he's going to be an arachnid robot, or I think tarantula looks like what he looks like, brown. So I think maybe I'll call him tarantula, or maybe even spell tarantula in a really funky robot-y way. So another incorporate the 24, which is an interesting number. All right, so y'all have a fantastic day.